everybody, it is your girl, the Double Death Mountain, aka Krista Joy here. I am here with my co-cum Wes, and we are about to see something throw down on a throwdown level of slobberknockery. You know how it goes. I'm already in New York mode. We got, on one side, we got It's Dangerous to Go Alone, take Nap, going against Okay Dudes Gone Wild with Ralkin driving. We got Gamma driving, and we got the one and the only sailing up doing some piloting work, and God Moogle trying to route for Gamma's allergies. Wes, are you excited for this final?
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, any grand final of a tournament is going to be good times in this community, and when it's a matchup like this, where it's the defending champions in, I believe that's Gamachu and Moogle Charm. I might have just messed that up. Looking for a repeat. We are going to have a good best of 5 series here. It does look like our runners are getting underway here, so we will be seeing action shortly.
Absolutely.
So to answer a question in chat, pilot spoiler means our runners have a pilot that they are in a Discord voice call with. The pilot has been given access to the full spoiler log for this seed, and the pilot will be telling the runner where to go and where they don't need to go for items to complete the speed the quickest. And one of the items the pilot didn't have to look too hard for, that's the moon pearl in the sanctuary chest.
How do you get the Merle so early? This hurts my soul. Oh,
yeah,
I clicked on the wrong one.
All right. So, one thing that's kind of a flavoring for some races is how the commentators decide to handle the fact that we could technically know where the items are in advance. We have agreed that we're going to act as if we do not have knowledge of item locations. In other words, not reading the spoiler log for ourselves, and we're just going to see where our runners decide to go based off of that information.
Yes, and while our pilots are reading the spoiler log, sometimes it's easy to route on your own. You can see Relkin going through the Lost Woods, pulling that tree to get 4 bombs. Same thing with Gamma. Very good for just blowing up everything in Cactown. Very good move.
And
yes.
I love how Gamachu showed off some obscure game knowledge of going to Hotel Mario and pulling on the painting of Mario to get the tree pull.
Oh yes, that is always fun. You usually get $5 for your effort, and we do have some blue goop.
Yep. So we do get a free bottle, and we did see some rupees there. But we're getting a save and quit out of here. So if we're picking up those rupees, I'm wondering if we're going to see a play into Zora's Domain here shortly.
Exactly. You stole the words right out of my mouth. It's a sad day when the scamfish is actually relevant, and the fact that our runners are going for all that cash,
Mm-hmm. I would have said possible bottle merchant, but both of our runners have skipped him, so he must not be selling anything good. That is a bow in the dam there. All right.
Okay, dude. This is... Oh yeah, GFE, the divergence is going to be evident because they need to read the spoilers. So these are just lucky ducky pools by our runners. And we see a key, small key to Turtle Rock.
Yep. I also love how both of our runners just kind of off of muscle memory just opened the Link's house chest for the absolutely useless map of Hyrule Castle. All right, we're going into Mini Moldorm Cave here. 5 items found here normally, but one of those 5 must be something important to our runners here in this pilot spoiler race. That's the big key of Desert Palace, so yes. That's a glove, also yes. That's the fire rod. Very yes. And that's the hammer. Oh my goodness. Today, due to illness, the part of Hype Cave will be played by Mini Moldorm Cave. What on earth?
I don't know how I should feel about this. It is way too easy for these calibers of the runners, you know?
Yeah.
We needed them to have something that's absolutely remnant of a double forfeit mystery seed type of scenario. That way they have to work for it. You know, you get the big key for desert. I don't know how I should feel about this. This is way too easy.
Lamp and mirror are in back of escape. What is this seed?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I am absolutely gobsmacked. This is
They're not going to need their pilots, honestly.
I know, right? I mean, this is a jetty for you Betty, folks. I refuse to acknowledge this as a mega troll. I refuse to, because everyone who knows me knows that I'm the bluebird of happiness. And yeah, that's how we're gonna word it. Also, Relkin going into Hype Cave.
And Gamma doesn't look like he's too far behind here. There's a sword, alright. Ether? Big key to Ganon's tower!
This is a jetty for you Betty! Oh my. How do you... I am...
Okay. Go off, I guess. I mean...
This here is the...
Yeah, this is,
well, all we can say, Wes, is that everyone, you know, Rel and Gamma want to go to bed early. If it's Gamma, you know, he's going to spend a half an hour eating ice cream. And we get the lantern, so... And the mirror for Relkin. Good lord.
One question I do see, Relkin has the mushroom, whereas Gamma has not picked that up yet. I'm assuming, since it looks like Gamma is back in Kakariko here, looks like he might be going to pick that up now. No, he's buying bombs. So that might be something interesting to keep an eye on, because Relkin has that mushroom, which would imply that mushroom is going to be needed for something.
Yes. What is the question? I don't know what it is, but... Right.
Into Cack Well for Gamachu, which we hadn't seen him do. I'm assuming this is where that mushroom was. Could just be a safety. Good call by chat. That's a small key to Skull Woods on his side. Big key of ice.
Yes, the shroom was the troll shroom was on the bottle vendor. Also, we do have the official dip into Skull Woods by Rel.
And Gamachu is skipping it, so that would seem to imply that it's just a safety.
Well, we're about to find out. We are about to find out. And...
Okay, and now Gamachu is heading up to Skull Woods as well, so... Oh, yeah, that would be why we would want to head to Skull Woods.
Yeah, this is the only time Skull Woods is actually worthwhile, you know, is when it's got an item, because I hate that level. It's boring as all heck, and you have pest control. Which, with the fire rod, they can go ahead and, you know, at least get the item on that side. Which is what I think Relkin is doing.
Well, actually, this is technically a crystal, but 3-heart green mail? Yeesh!
You know what? I love low percent because I've done insanity seeds where you have no choice. And using the little bit of magic he has, I think he has just barely enough.
Chat correctly pointing out that the bottle we found does contain blue goo, so that could help.
You imagine wasting it so early in the game when you know you're gonna need it for Mothy. Oh no, pest control is gonna be fun. Ultra low percent fighter sword. Bug.
Oh, they're both going for it. All right.
Well, I guess he'll probably use the hammer on the bug. You know, just whack-a-mole, whack a bug and call it a day. And Gamma.
Or again, that blue goo could come into play. Just open fire with the fire rod. Or just make a liar out of me and use hammer. That's cool too.
Yeah. You whack you see a bug, you whack it with your hammer. You know, that's the best way to squash them. You don't have to worry about torching them. But that was a clean moth. Let's go.
But yeah, you know, first crystal blood at 9 minutes 45 seconds, as one does.
All right, are we gonna see a clean fight out of Gamma, Wes?
I would certainly believe so. Gamma going for my strat, which is use the fire rod a little bit. Taking a little bit longer here because the RNG doesn't want to play quite as nicely for Gamma as it was for Relkin, but still does not get hit, does not use that blue potion, and survives the fight.
Yes. And that may come into play later, as Rel did use his blue goop. And
what is Relkin doing here? Because we found both of the items out of Skull.
Hey, you know.
Oh, it's Key Sanity. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Key Sanity. So he's just going through, trying to get some keys. You know, we do have Swamp as a crystal, so it's always good to look for the front door key for Swamp, as well as some other keys. But the best part is he is definitely wanting to do.
Well, chat asking compass map confusion. That could oh, that's yeah, that's gonna be necessary. Big Key of Thieves.
All right. Gamma opting to use the key, whereas Relkin did have to save quit.
Can quit out and walk back, which is a bit of a time loss, but I'm sure he'll find.
He's gonna light up that duck.
All right.
He's getting the duck in action, so get your salutes out, chat, because we gotta salute the hardest working ducky in this game.
And at about 12 minutes, the goose is loose, the duck is amok, the pheasant is present, the dodo is go-go, the bird is the word. There are so many of those that I've been given over the years. Oh my goodness.
And I love how you said it in conjunction. You know, that makes you happy all around.
That's our first Palace of Darkness small there, in the front of Thieves.
Okay. Pot small is where it's at. And we have the backtrack into Dark World.
And apparently that's all we need out of the front of Thieves, as Gamma is heading straight for the back here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Thieves Town Big Key. You definitely want to do that. Go in there, check that big chest. Maybe that's what he's doing.
No small key to Thieves here. Did not take the took the one obviously to open the door, so does not have the other small key that would be necessary to check the Thieves Town big, but that would also imply that there's nothing of too great importance there, because it does look like we are going for, you know, just we did ultra low percent Mothula. How about some ultra low percent blind to wash that down with?
You know what? As long as you got a hammer, you're good to go. You got a hammer, just whack them upside the head and call it a day. And
although,
in fact,
as chat correctly points out, blind is a bit more of a free fight because it is scripted on your first entry. So if you're good with that script, you're not really going to be in too much danger of dying here.
No, you just stand above them and you just give them a splitting headache. And that's pretty much how you gotta duck and dodge, you know, the fireballs. But that's really minimal. It's just, it comes down to execution. And we have two really good runners when it comes to low health runs, very strong runners. I mean, you have Mr. NMG Ralkin, and then you've got the master of the luckiest set of horseshoes that he stole from Mr. Ed, that being Gamma. So I don't think either runner's gonna have a problem with this.
Alrighty. Yeah, you do not get to the grand finals of a pilot spoiler tournament in this community while being bad at execution.
Absolutely. You know, and both teams have the greatest pilots on the planet. I mean, you've got who needs, you know, moon power when you've got Sail and Nep on deck, and then you've got God Moogle routing Gamma with his allergies. I mean, it's going to be very good. And Quake. Uh-oh.
Well, we are going to need that.
Oh, heck yeah. I love Quake required seeds. You know, everybody knocks Quake, Wes. They're hating on one of the greatest medallions.
Well, I said that and I realized we kind of bent our rule a little bit because we would have no way of knowing that we need Quake at the moment if it weren't for the fact that we did take a little peek at the spoiler logs to set our crystal and pendant requirements for you today on the trackers.
Yeah, you and I didn't do that. We're innocent. We're innocent. Also, Gamma now just going ahead and activating its flute.
And using it to immediately travel to the Eastern / Palace of Darkness area and go to Palace of Darkness area.
Interesting. See, Ricky had us thinking that our trackers were haunted. You know, I was calling a shaman. I was about to, you know, call the Ghostbusters.
Well, no.
Ghost.
No, our trackers aren't haunted. That's speed gaming. Oh, oops, sorry.
Oh, shot fired. And we get the pod.
All right. And that's going to be Kiki opening the door for us here. Palace of Darkness.
That should be the second.
And there must be something important to our runners here, because both runners are immediately coming into Palace of Darkness with those two keys and the bow. So there must be some stuff in here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I would guess something potentially like flippers or titans.
Ooh.
Or even something as you know, quality of life as the boots, for example.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing you want to give to a Kaz Boots champion is boots. I mean that's just go ahead and arming him. And
well, there's the flippers. And we're still going, so there must be something else in here.
Okay, so flips does open up Hobo.
Yep.
Logically, Hobo, and our favorite, Zora
Yep.
Waterfall Fairy.
The king of
So
scams.
I know, even though real people, we don't need no flips for that. We just fake flip it. But
Mm.
both of our runners do have God pilots, so
Okay, that is a second key for Turtle Rock there. Picking up a little bit more money here, and Titans.
ah, there you go. Both of the items you saw. Oh man, you foretold that. We got the Golden Gloves champ over here, the Pika Boss going through, and we getting Relkin getting his flips.
And I would, there's not really a reason to go to Palace of Darkness with just 2 keys like that, unless like it's just loaded with value in those 2 keys. And I would definitely classify Flippers and Titansmiths as value.
Oh wow. GFE wants Gamma's allergies to act up.
Yep. And it does look like Gamma is begrudgingly heading in that direction.
Oh no!
So there is something on the Smith chain, or it could be hammer pegs.
That is killing him inside. That is killing him. I'm thinking he's gonna do hammer pegs though. Okay, because if something is on Smith's chain, then GG, you have officially, given the poor Pika Boss a bad day.
All right. That is the boot! Oh, gross!
Chat, what are you doing? You're giving... Chat! Way to go, chat.
Oh, man. Like, that's just rude. That was the game going, okay, we gave you the spoonful of sugar, now here's the medicine. Because the front half of this seed was loaded, and then that's just wrong.
Ooh, and Rel going for his boots because chat decided to bring talk up boots. We were hoping that this would slow them down somewhat, but now we're in Jetty, we're in hyper mode, Mach 2. Oh man.
Oh no, we're going to Swamp Palace. There's the small key in Hyrule Castle.
Holy machinations! We got the swamp front door is wide open. Let's go.
Yep, and we're keeping that in our back pocket for right now. Gamachu instead going up Death Mountain here. I would imagine this might be to like find a sword or two to prevent having to do turn-based Argus.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be the case, but we've seen Gamma fight the Argy with fire rod and bombs. Who needs a sword when you can do it the hard way? And it's sad when Grandpa has something majorly needed, which is the Meyer Big Key. Yikes!
Wait a minute! Oh no! I would like to point out what the dungeon prize for Misery Meyer is. It is a pendant.
Yeah, imagine having to dip pendant Meyer. You might as well just, sing, "Oh,
now,
bury me now."
That being said, that could just be, oh hey, it just happens to be there, and we're just rescuing the old man so we have the save and quit point. But still.
Oh, and now we're in Hera. What does Hera have to offer?
Chat also correctly pointing out we found the Desert Palace Big Key, which is another pendant. Okay, there is a Master Sword in Tower of Hera, and we're gonna get the Hera pot here. Relkin, meanwhile, deciding to go into Swamp without the extra stuff Gamachu is picking up here.
Yeah, and getting that sword is going to be an advantage. You just go in, do a couple of spin attacks on the Troll Dorm, bada bing, bada boom, everything is done. Unless
Yeah.
it's Moldorm 2, and then we get to see Gamma's patented 20-try Moldorm bounce. Meanwhile, we are in Swamp on Relkin's side.
Yep. Which again is a little bit interesting to see, because this must mean that Relkin is confident enough that he thinks it's better to do this now and save the trip up to Mountain for as long as possible for efficiency's sake. Because as you can see, Gamachu, after clearing Tower of Hera, is now coming back down to presumably Swamp Palace.
Yeah. It does give...
Yeah, this definitely says to me that there isn't too much more on the mountain besides that sword and the Meyer Big Key, and Relkin feels more comfortable going up to the mountain to do Hera and Turtle Rock back to back, in like just do it all in one shot, rather than go up there for an extra sword just to do actually moot point, another sword in Swamp. Interesting.
Well, you know the rule of Swamp. I mean, Swamp always has a sword. Swamp always has a sword. For some unknown reason, it does. You know, just like what they always say, fire lock fire, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually...
Nice bomb diver down there.
Yes. And we get a third pod small.
Okay. So, this does mean that I would assume Gamachu is going to pick up that sword as well, putting Gamachu at Tempered, which makes Argus an even easier fight, as opposed to having to do 2 slashes, Tempered kills with 1. So, on Argus's puffballs, that is.
Oh, yeah. And you could also use, Fire Rod Strat when he loses his protective coat. Mm-hmm. So let's see what Relkin is going to do, which is swing and a miss.
Oh, boy. There we go. Getting back in the rhythm a little bit here.
Let's see.
Ooh, all right. Get the double off there. Nicely done. Also, this is the seed of low % boss fights, because I would like to point out that, as chat just did, if Relkin takes an incidental contact here, he be dead.
Yeah, and it's not like he has anything to heal himself with, right, chat? Because that was used up for magic refill. But that was also...
Nice fire rod kill there for the Gate of Samaria.
Yo, this is a jetty. This is a jetty. You know what? If it was me, I'd be trying to figure out where Bombos is at, because there's nothing better and more fun than a 3-heart Viddy. Mm-hmm. Even though for me, I prefer 3-heart Viddy and Hera, but we can't always get everything like Randomizer. So...
Okay, so interesting point here. Relkin flutes up to Death Mountain and is making a beeline for Tower of Hera. Relkin did not rescue the old man yet. So,
no. Things that make you go, Also, 3-heart Hammer Viddy on ice. I'm tempted to make that happen for myself and just try it. Also, getting his tempered. So we've got bacon on both sides.
All right. So now, what is Gamachu's next move here? Flute is out, and we are away. Looks like we're heading to South Shore. Okay. Oh, nope.
All right, and the Troll Dorm has met his demise.
Oh, we're heading to ice. All right. how about talking about low percent bosses? How does one hit knockout cold stare sound?
Oh, I've done this. It's absolutely ludicrous. But I did not have a tempered sword. I had master sword. That was the hardest thing, and it wasn't fun, but it was just fun in a painful way. Oh, Gamma.
Okay. Gamma does still have access to the blue goo if needed. But then again, the only thing that's going to be useful for him is a magic refill because, again, one hit KO.
Yeah, now's the time you wish you had a fairy as opposed to goop.
True.
It's only fun when it's swordless. Look, I love difficult seeds and I have enough punishment seeds in my queue to play. But holy moly, I'm not a big fan of swordless. I am not. But people send it to me anyway. Yikes. Also, Gamma getting his blue pajamas.
Go.
Runners getting protected. So,
Hey, and there's... Oh, no. That's a small key to Meyer.
I'm telling you, it wants you to go to Meyer. There's something there.
It's definitely looking like something is in Meyer at this point. The question is, where is it in Meyer? Because Gamachu went out of his way to pick up that big key. Relkin did not. So the question then becomes, which pilot had a bit of a moment here, I guess is how I'm gonna put it, because either Sailor Nep has missed something that requires the big key, or Moogle Charm went, go grab this big key because we might need it.
You know what? I'd like to think, I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on, and I'd like to think that Moogle, just for poops and giggles, said to Gamma, you know what, grab this big key, so when he opens it up, he gets a big fat shield, and that would make Gamma partially die inside. So I think that would be it. Also, getting another bottle, and these were 2 clean cold stare fights.
Okay, so we are in the Meyer area here. Meyer needed Quake.
Yes.
Not Bombos. So we are about to find out why why Meyer is so important here. Oh, and Relkin is now heading for the old man rescue. All right. So here we go. What did the seed put in Pendant Meyer?
We are about to find out what all this hype is about.
And actually, hold on. Chat correctly pointing out here, Gamachu bought an arrow upgrade.
Yeah, that means he's going after Viddy.
Yeah. And we're skipping the big chest from the looks of it.
Gamma getting the arrow upgrade because he knows he shoots like a stormtrooper sometimes, as he is just learning. He's still learning, Wes. Remember that. So the arrow upgrade was definitely a safety.
Okay. There's Bombos.
Derp. Worthless Bombos. Quake is where it's at.
Alright, now we are heading to the... to the back here for Vitreous.
All right. You know, GFE, we have no idea. We
Yeah.
don't know. We haven't looked at the spoiler log. We're doing this.
I mean, I'll look just at that instead of I won't look at everything here, but
Oh no, Ricky just said that it is that
it
the
was
log
backwards. Yep, got it.
the log was wrong. Oh man, that's GG for the log. the log is having one of our days.
Cat is clamoring for this to be a ped seed. I would point out that we do not yet have the Eastern Big for that. I would also point out that if you're rooting for that, what would be funnier than the Eastern Big Key to be right here?
You know what? Getting that arrow upgrade, this goes to show you that Team OK Dudes. Oh, Big Key at Turtle Rock. Phew! Did you see that truly spectacular arrow viddy? Like, that was as clean as you could get.
Did. Also, you're a bit ahead of me. How did that happen? Hold on one moment.
Oh, just refresh if you have to.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
So, we're going to East Death Mountain on Gamma's side. Meanwhile, Rel is making a beeline for the Vidinator. Well, Phantom, we all know that the poor horse has no horseshoes. That's why Ed is walking kind of cloppish. And, you know, Gamma's taking all of poor Ed's horseshoes. Also getting the safety heart, a small key to GT.
There's our ice rod.
Meanwhile, Relkin is like, I'm gonna do this with one heart.
Ho, ho, ho.
And I'm gonna teach that Gamma how it's done. So, Viddy goes down at the hands of Relkin, getting his big key to Turtle Rock.
Okay, so if I am reading the situation correctly, by the way, the only thing we are missing now is the big key of Palace of Darkness, and then I believe we're good to go, because I don't remember how many small keys to Palace of Darkness we spent.
And literally, as Gamma is getting ready to enter Turtle Rock, look who is zooming, and you know this ain't happening in the real game because Wario goes about as fast as a turtle stuck in mud, trying to do the hover, unfortunately taking a deep dive down. Oh, Wes, this is amazing.
Yeah, being one item away from go mode at 37 minutes is certainly a thing.
Right?
Like, that's blisteringly fast even for piloted spoiler, I would say.
Well, we do have the finals here, so you're expecting to see, you know, regular spoilers being made into jetties by both of the runners and their respective pilots because they know what they're doing.
Oh, hey, look, it's the big key of Palace of Darkness.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
So I would point out, I did not notice this, but Gamachu's personal tracker does show 3 pod smalls. Yep. All right, so now it's going to come down to if Relkin can overcome the slight advantage that Gamachu has, because it does look like both, if I'm reading the situation correctly and remembering our used keys correctly, our runners are now either going to be in go mode or are in go mode. Gamachu in go mode, Relkin about, I would say about 10-15 seconds away from go mode. So this is going to come down to pure execution.
Absolutely.
Actually, we might, well, I mean, it has to be somewhere along the way at this point. Chat correctly pointing out we do technically need one more Turtle Rock Small, but it's got to be just in the general vicinity here. Especially with the way Gamachu just bypassed the big chest.
Let's see.
GFE, if that happens, I am going to push to ban you. Nope, that is a small key in this in its regular dungeon. So off we go.
Shovel Laser Bridge. GFE, I love the way you think. I love the way you think. But we're never that lucky. The dream will never be realized.
All right, and we are now in true go mode. So that is going to be advantage Team OK dudes here, I think.
Ooh, and Rel playing it, you know, on the dangerous side right here. And against.
This is just game one of this potential 3-game series here. I think I said best of 5 earlier and misspoke. Game 2 will be on Saturday, and then if I was reading the scheduling correctly, it's going to be a double header if Game 3 ends up being necessary.
And that was a clean fight.
A very clean Trinex fight.
Okay, so now we have Relkin going, having to take it a little bit more easy, because literally half a heart.
Yeah. Yeah, Gamachu did. I don't know what he managed to do, but he did manage not to take damage from Trinex going right through him. From the looks of it, but you know,
Like
Link
I
to the Past
said,
is a very well-coded video game sometimes.
Gamma has the power of all 4 of Ed's feet. Literally with the 4 lucky horseshoes. Because Ed is a pretty lucky dude. And Relkin doing the behind strats.
Alright.
And now we get to venture back into pod.
I was about to say, a little bit unfortunate that you have to come back down off the mountain to finish your 7th crystal here, but that's the nature of the beast in piloted spoiler / Key Sanity sometimes.
Yep, and here we go.
Elkin clutches out the dungeon finish there on very, very low health.
Yeah, literally. That you have to play so carefully because it's already, you know, behind the 8 ball considering you got jack-a-lot nothing in the way of health.
Yep.
But to play it in only 1 heart, that's impressive. That is so impressive. When you voluntarily make it Oko.
Unfortunately, though, is basically hoping for Gamachu to have a hiccup here at this point. I would have to believe with us having again one Gan Tower small and the Gan Tower big, we should just be able to shoot straight up to Ganon. So that's not really going to Ganon's Tower isn't really going to enter into the equation as much.
Yeah, and I think Gamma hasn't used his blue goop up either. So
You are correct.
always that option to heal. And he's got the OPB, so you know it's all good. Provided he doesn't blow himself up again. That's about right.
All right, very clean Helmets Arcane fight there. That's going to be the 7th crystal, and we are going to be on our way. Cane of Burna, nice. To Ganon's Tower here. It's going to be a very short trip through the basement and then start climbing up here for Gamachu.
Yep. While we have Rel going in to take on, not Chad, he's got to get there, but Helma is in his iron sights.
As in not even entering the basement. This is true. For some reason, I was thinking of the ground floor as the basement.
Alright, so we are in meat mode on Gamachu's side while Ralkin is there putting it and throwing it down.
Alrighty. Gonna try and see just how big of a gap we have here. Looking like it's gonna be about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
That sounds about right.
Because we just passed the minute mark with that pickup. And we still have to sit through the crystal animation, and then I wrote the time down when the transition starts coming back out into the overworld, so...
You know,
46 minutes, so about 1 minute and 20 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, you called it right on the dot. Yeah, I thought I had clicked it. I guess it did not like me very much. You know, trackers are fun.
Yeah, trackers are fun sometimes, even when tracking is your only job, much less commentating while attempting to track.
Right?
Because I'm surprised nobody noticed. I mean, I know this is a bit of a smaller icon, but I didn't have that third Palace of Darkness small tracked for Gamachu for the longest time until we started talking about Palace of Darkness smalls. I looked over and I went, oh.
Right on. And fun thing is, sometimes when you click on it, it'll double click, which negates your click. So that's always fun too. And we have the climb going on Gamma's side.
Alright, so again, kind of keeping an eye on things. 47 minutes even is when Gamachu opened that big key door past the mimics. I know these aren't like standard accepted comparison points here, but...
So... Chat, please get your bonk emotes out because we have a guest that always gets bonked. Hey, buddy. Yes. The last person with his emotes out, that is who you bonk. Go right ahead. Get your bonk emotes for maximum bonkage.
Sorry, one of the bonk emotes. The channel code is just hilarious. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. How did they not change that? Anyway, moving on. Into his Rove run here. And, I just realized I completely missed my previous... Oh, no, here it is. But, oh, that's bad news, though, because that's a minute 40 difference now between Gamachu and Relkin. The gap has widened.
Humongous. And, you know, Relkin really likes playing things dangerously. He is now in Sword the Oko mode. That is, ooh, real-time Oko mode. Gonna take the fairy charge.
Yeah, and unfortunately he has no choice here. Has to get a refill, which, again, is going to widen the gap. I don't know if Nep is in his ear telling him, hey, you're a minute behind. But honestly, at this point, you just kind of have to hope Gamachu slips up. And just keep yourself in a position to capitalize on that slip-up if it does happen.
Chat, place your bets. Will Gamma bonk or bonk off? I'm hoping that he survives. It's only 2 shots. How could you mess that up, right, Wes?
Mm-hmm.
Not opening validation chest. That is a sad panda moment. You know, you're supposed to be playing for the people, and that's what we want. We have, Where are our silvers? Wes, where do you think the silvers were in this seed?
Well, we will find out here with the hint from Ganon. Honestly, they could be in a lot of different places, because we didn't explore much of the overworld in either world at all. I just I looked at Gamma's tracker to go, okay, to refresh my memory on what we did and did not visit, and it's just a sea of green boxes. We didn't see Hookshot, we didn't see the majority of, we didn't see Super Bunny, we didn't see King's Tomb, Bonk Rocks, a lot of Hyrule Castle. We never even stepped foot in the desert area. Alright, we're going into the big pig fight now for Gamachu. I'm not sure if I agree with that sentiment from chat. Chat saying if it was in Hookshot Cave, our runners would have gotten it. Both of these runners know that, are confident in their own execution, number one. And number two, are confident in their opponent's execution.
And we had a hover by Rel to dodge out of Trolldorn 2. That is sad.
Which, that's gonna save a little bit of time, actually. And don't look now, but Relkin is in Aga 2 as Gamachu gets to find the arrows in Dark World. Okay, so that would imply Dark Overworld. So that could be like Pyramid Ledge, Dark World. So it would have to be like Village of Outcasts or hold on a second here.
Get your bleach emojis, your eyeball emojis. Gamma has done an oopsie. He missed his torch
the torch glitch. Does have a blue goo left.
And he will need it.
Kind of wanted it just to have it for the health there, because it was on 2 hearts as well.
Imagine needing to use blue goop because you missed torch glitch. Oh my goodness, this is why Gamma is still learning. He hasn't learned the fundamentals yet, but he'll get there one day, chat. He'll get there. Believe.
And I will say, if you had told me that Relkin was going to get into the Ganon fight while Gamachu was still fighting it at his first attempt, I probably would have said at the point where we were saying 1 minute 20, 1 minute 40. I probably would have called that pretty amazing. And well, here we are, and I gotta say, it's pretty amazing that Relkin fought his way back into this to be in the Ganon fight first attempt at the same time as Gamma. Now, that being said, Gamma Chew is very close to beating this boss even with the torch glitch miss. So it's still oh no.
He goofed.
This might have just gotten interesting because we are looking real low on magic. I haven't been keeping track of the. Oh no!
Oh, just barely. Just barely.
Gamma farming the drama.
Get your GGs out. Also, we need to put GG, Gamma in a mentor tournament. We will have, maybe Julo mentor Gamma so that way Gamma can play more efficiently.
Race time, GG time of 54:04, by the way.
This was a lot closer than it should have been. And I'm living for it, because Relkin did get the torch glitch. It's only a matter of time. Plus, we did see Gamma actually freeze Ganon, which means he didn't hit him in the armpit. And we have Relkin coming in just a moment. Get your GGs out, because that was one heck of a battle, Wes.
Indeed it was. That is going to be an exploding big pig. And Relkin is going to have made up almost a minute of time here. Because the finish time is going to be 54 minutes and 58 seconds. Oop.
Hey, GG's.
Hey, GG's.
GG's to both of our runners. And first thing I gotta say, Gamma, what was that Ganon?
Okay, so my controller somehow decided to eat the input. I have no idea. I thought for sure, okay, I got the torch glitch, and prematurely turned upwards, and then the torch went off. I'm like, oh no, is this where I throw? Yeah, that was just really bad bad timing on my part.
I almost had a heart attack.
We already made the excuse for you that you're still learning, so no worries on that, Gamma. You're covered.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this felt really nicely by Moogle's part. Kind of the way everything routed pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I think the key was that the TR big, noticing that we needed that TR big, and making sure we routed that in appropriately was pretty important. But yeah, otherwise I think generally speaking it wasn't awful, but Gamma and I we were talking quite a bit about the sequencing, and getting the Harris sword I think was also another good thing, because he had tempered for the whole race then, which was nice.
Yeah,
that
Harris
was
sword was...
Sorry, go ahead.
The Harris sword was definitely a plus. I made a little error in memory about sword locations, and unfortunately, once I noticed, I still kind of didn't course correct, and that wasn't good.
Yeah, I was originally thinking, okay, so we have to do Swamp. There's a sword on Bombo's tablet. My book will come eventually, type of thing. And then, I finally get around to looking for swords, and oh wait, the book is in GT, so we're gonna have to get that Harris sword at some point. So when it was apparent that we had to go to Swamp earlier rather than later, it was well, why don't we just do the swords now, so that for Argus you have tempered, and you'll have the big key for Meyer, and things started to fall into place, because it was well, to get to Meyer, I want you to buy arrows, and if you're gonna buy arrows, you can do Ice Palace. So it the route started to fall into place at that point when I figured out those swords.
Yeah, for us, the biggest problem for us was that I had to skip the Skull and Small Key and Well. I tried to course correct us on that, and then I kind of backed off that statement because for some reason, I don't know, I guess I just haven't been playing enough lately myself or something. Just didn't think about how many keys would be required. So that was really my bad, and that set us back a lot.
Oh yeah, so on that one, Gamma called out like, "Am I gonna get a key?" And I was like, "Oh shit, let me check." And no, not that one, not that one. Oh, there's one in the well. Go grab that, And so that was nice because we were able to just route top to bottom, and yeah, this was a little stressful early on. I think, given the super early Dark World access. I was telling Gamma, I'm like, man, I don't want boots right away with Dark World access and CAC, like, because that is like the worst thing. I don't know what to do. Then I'm just shuttling him places while I figure things out. And that's even though we didn't get the boots for the flute. Like the flute was super early, and then Dark World access was in 2 minutes or whatever. So we got that what I didn't want. So, but no, it did kind of work out, which was nice.
Yeah, with the Skullwoods and a couple other little things, like I said, the not pulling the Hera sword before Swamp. I definitely am the one who owned this loss. Relkin played it pretty much perfectly on his end, so...
Dude, 3 hearts the whole time? Like...
Yeah.
That's scary.
Oh, yeah. That's what Moogle was telling me as I'm kind of going dungeon down. Like, he's still on 3 hearts? But yeah, luckily... that extra heart container does feel a little nice to have a little buffer, against Argus, or going up the mountain, not dying, getting bodied by boulders.
Like I mentioned on commentary as we were getting towards the end of the game with the Ganon fight and Ganon's tower, how impressed I was that Relkin closed the gap as efficiently as he did, because as late as the big key door past the mimics in Ganon's tower, you were behind by 1 minute and 40 seconds. And so the fact that you finished only 54 seconds behind with just that much little execution left to go in the seed is phenomenal.
Oh, I'm sure most of that was probably from Ganon, from what I heard. You lose at least 20 seconds or so by missing Torch Glitch if you do it well enough without Torch Glitch.
He lost more than 20 for sure.
Okay.
I was in panic
I was
mode.
about to give you the benefit of the doubt, but
it was a my eyes moment.
Gamma made everybody go, "Oh my lord, he is about to run out."
I had a heart attack.
So I'm having I'm a little bit of panic mode. I have my bottle. I still have my bottle, but at the same time, I lost count how many spins I had, and I'm down to less than half a magic bar. I'm like, oh my gosh, Moogle, do you know how much magic hits I have? I've done on Ganon. And he's telling me, oh, Relkin's already in phase 2. Oh no, 3 now. And oh my gosh, I probably screwed this one up pretty badly. And yeah, I was just afraid I was gonna run out of magic before I got to that point.
I wasn't counting, but I knew he had at least 6. So I was like, you got, probably 6 left, maybe a little less. So conserve, do a couple of lamps while you can. So.
Yeah. Gamma had all of us panicking, and then Relkin just went ahead and hovered. He didn't even bother with Hold On 2. He was like, I ain't got time for this, and just hovered right past it. That was a time save as well.
I mean, at that point, I was like, we knew how behind we were, but I was like, you know what? I kind of have to do this no matter what, I feel like. And of course, I get it, when I'm behind. I can't ever get it when I'm ahead or it's close. Nope. I always get it when I'm behind.
I was actually asking Gamma. I was like, it's actually might be worth it because there was a blue goo on Pyramid. I don't know if you knew that, but there is, and it may have been worth it for you to grab it only in the sense that because from your perspective, we basically have to die to Ganon or fall, and then you're entering Ganon with a potion, with a lead, basically, So I thought that was an interesting wrinkle, but. Yeah, that Ganon fight, I was ready to die. I was pretty upset.
Yeah, we were talking about all the great execution, because that's what it comes down to once both of you hit into go mode. And then Gamma decided to potato out on us, Kartoffel playing, but that's okay. You are learning. We know this for a fact. And we are still going to have you mentor us.
Yeah. Thank you, Krista and Westside again for doing commentary. I was glad to be able to started off this series with that W, because this team is really rough, and raced them again. We raced them last year in the final, so it's no surprise. Going through this, we're just kind of like, let's try to cut as much corners we can, limit the safeties. Luckily it just kind of turned out in our favor, and looking forward to game 2 on Saturday, and maybe game 3 after that.
Yep. I was saying this right before we entered the interview booths, but it's from what I heard from Nep. You guys basically just nailed everything this race, and so how Spoiler Pilot goes sometimes is some of those times you'll just nail almost everything, and everything is just flawless. And that was not one of those times for us, and so you capitalized on that, and so you got game 1. And you basically had a perfect on your own. So really, like, even if we did perfectly, that probably puts us neck and neck, and then any one little mistake from either of us, that's a difference maker. So
definitely, which is why I want to limit as much as I can, especially versus someone like you of your caliber. So I was really happy just to kind of get as much as we can out of this run. The skull with small key, and anything we could have gotten, the sword advantage, like things like that. But I'm sure, next run, they could definitely turn out the other way around. So, it's always stressful early on.
Yeah. Who knows? One more question for you, though, Gamma. When are you going to run vanilla preset?
Ooh, that's the question.
No, the real question is, when is Gamma going to teach us NMG?
No, that's something on my to-do list. Maybe sometime late this year. I don't know. I'm not sure. Not currently in my, on my list of priorities.
All right. Well, if you're gonna,
I don't know. That wasn't an NMG Ganon for sure. So
no.
Let me translate to chat what that means. He is dodging harder than someone launching a missile at you in dodgeball. So.
That sounds about right, but nah.
So, if you do NMG, I'll ready for you to get your 124 later this year. Then.
Okay, that sounds like a challenge.
You got it. I believe.
Yeah, I'll consider it. I'll throw you that much. But yes, not right now, at least. And
right.
GG's again to you both for relishing that nep. And
GG's.
GG's again.
GG's. I'll be looking forward to the next one.
Definitely.
Okay. Wes, do you have any last comments to offer to our beloved audience? And then I'm going to close up the shop in lieu of our restreamer, who is silently working behind the scenes.
Yep. I do not have anything to add apart from stuff that you're actually probably about to do. Just the general cleanup stuff, like follow everybody involved, on both sides of the commentary booth and the racing. Just that kind of stuff. So I will let you get on with that.
Right. So I'm going to be leaving commentator mode and entering into ZSR mode. All right, coming up tomorrow at noon, we have the link to the past Survivors of Hyrule tournament. One heck of a fun tournament. We have Gamachu, who is just here, versus Freddy. So we're going to see some Kruger action versus the Pika boss, and that's going to be swordless. And that's going to be on ZSR main. At 2 p.m., we're going to have the Lava Dash, which is Twilight Princess. Goron Mines RTA Tournament Final Bracket Winners Bracket Finals, Nimzo versus Skyrian. At 2:01 p.m., because NMG is funny like that, we have the NMG League Season 3 Eastern Palace Division R3, looks like round 3, Chemo versus Tepe. At 3 o'clock tomorrow, we've got the Survivor of Hyrule's tournament quarterfinals. That's G4, and that's Telethar versus Zen Arcade, and they are doing cross keys. That's always fun to see. At 4 p.m. on ZS are 2. We have Skyward Sword Wing Clash Any Percent Tournament Winners Bracket Quarterfinals Game 2, Kit Kat versus Mario Runner. And then at 4 p.m., we have Link to the Past Hyrule Tournament Quarterfinals Game 2. Oh, it's the potato. We've got Magno going against Tam216, and that's going to be on ZSR 4 at 6:30 p.m. Wow, we are busy as all heck tomorrow. We have Link to the Past NMG League Season 3 Tower of Hera Division R3, which is round 3, Doom Tap versus one of our runners here, Ralkin. At 8 p.m. Friday, we've got the Zelda 2 Max Rando Tournament. Ooh, this is going to be one heck of a slobber knocker. 2 of the veteran runners are going against each other. Trails versus Mirai. That's going to be on ZSR 2. Doom Tap versus Ralkin will be on ZSR Main. At 8:30, we have NMG's League Season 3 Hyrule Castle Division Round 3 Power to Mario versus Narwhal, and that's going to be on ZSR 3. And then last but not least, at 9:01 p.m., we're going to have the Energy League Season 3 Round 3 Norm, Scotty, and Windfox from the Hera, I'm assuming Hera Division versus Yurok and Kaznode from the DP Division. And that's going to be on ZSR Main. So that's it, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone who was in chat for being here. ZSR really do appreciate all the support that you guys give us. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. And we're proud and honored to provide restreaming entertainment for you guys to watch. For those who are watching on the video on demand, you know we have to show love to you as well. So I hope you enjoyed the show. You know, our runners, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Wes, thank you so much for doing both tracking and commentary with me. You know, it was great to tag team with you. Hope to do it again. And on that note, I'm going to be saying good night to all of you. And I hope you guys have the sweetest of dreams. And we will see you next time in the Zelda Speedrun family. Take care and bye-bye.